We have already seen virus in the previous topic. It is time to now see two other types of malware. We shall finish this topic with a real case that happened in 2000. Let's begin now. We know that virus and worms are nothing but malwares. Just like virus, some texts suggest that a worm is also an acronym. It stands for write once, read multiple. By this full form, we can understand that worms differentiate from virus on one important aspect. You may recall that viruses cannot spread on its own. They need a host program to attach themselves to in order to propagate. However, a worm is capable of self-replicating itself. Hence the full form, write once but read multiple times. This shows the behavioral aspect of a worm. Both viruses and worms are capable of inflicting the same kind of damage. But a worm can be termed as more nasty than the virus. It doesn't need the help of a human or a host program to propagate. Worms are standalone pieces of software code that try propagation on its own. These codes look for some known vulnerability of systems that can facilitate spreading of malwares. Usual place is the stored email addresses on a machine. More on this, in coming subtopics. The name of this malware comes from an ancient story of a battle between the Greeks and the people of Troy. Greeks sent a huge wooden horse as a gift to Troy. However, inside this wooden horse, Greek soldiers were waiting to attack. People of Troy accepted this shiny gift only to find themselves caught in the onslaught of Greeks. This malware gets its name from that same wooden horse. Trojan horse is a malicious piece of code that looks legitimate to the victims. However, it can inflict similar damage as to what viruses and worms can achieve. The difference with Trojans is that it neither attaches itself to a host program nor does it self-replicate. It requires user interaction to be executed. A user is likely to receive a Trojan file in an email attachment which, once opened, starts its execution phase. I Love You is a malware that originated in May 2000 and affected tens of millions of Windows-based computers. Let's have a look at how it appeared to its users. Single-handedly it brought down major corporations' email networks. This malware is received as an email with an attachment called loveletterforyou.txt.vbs. Once saved on the system, a user could view the file name as loveletterforyou.txt. The last part, VBS, which defines the file type being a Visual Basic script, was hidden in that era's Windows system. This file extension was hidden because VBS file type was interpreted by Windows OS as a known file type. Therefore, all the known file types extension was hidden by default. So, what did it mean to the naive users? A user would look at the file and think it to be a benign text file. And therefore, the likelihood of opening this malware was very high. Once opened, the VB script gets activated and this malware attains the execution phase. I Love You then overwrites a lot of existing files, resulting in huge damages to the system owner. However, the most deadly bit of this malware was its propagation mechanism. It copied all the email addresses from the Windows address book which was used by Microsoft Outlook. The malware then forwards the infected email to all the copied addresses. The receiver of these emails would see that this email is sent by a known person rather than the originating attacker's email ID. This way, within minutes, thousands of emails started proliferating, which resulted in the complete shutdown of mail servers. This attack was estimated to have caused used $5.8 billion in damages worldwide. Over 50 million infections were reported in 10 days. The damage was quantified as the time and effort spent in removing the infection and recovering files from backup. Hopefully, you now understand how destructive a malware could be. In the next topic, we will be seeing how to plan an attack. It's time to now look at what have we learned so far with a small quiz. This completes our topic on all types of malwares. Viruses, Trojans, and of course worms. Sorry. If you don't get the above reference, it's okay. That is all.